Hello, schmuck folk. Long time no see. So, I've been playing this game for a long time now, a couple of years I think, off and on. And a few days ago I decided I would make an effort to play it every day, or mostly every day, until I got through the game. Well, I did alright, but we'll see how it goes, shall we? So there's not really a good way to practice this game. You can do stage select, but the bosses are the things that I really need to practice, not so much the stages. So I had practiced the stages a bit. I had to practice the later stages quite a bit because there is a lot of memo involved in this game. I guess I should talk about some of the mechanics. You've got 4 different weapons. The spread weapon, that's good for, this is my preferred weapon to use most of the time, and the one that I upgrade to max first. You've got a special attack, like that as a special attack, and each weapon has its own special attack. When you use it, your weapon will be downgraded to the base level 1 temporarily, but you can switch weapons and they will still be on the same level that they normally are. This green weapon is my second preferred weapon. It's different to the spread weapon. It gives you a bit more coverage and also shoots behind you when you level up enough. And the forward weapon obviously does the most damage, so straight ahead. I wouldn't call this a scoring run. In fact, I think I did pretty poorly scoring, to be honest. But destroy different parts of the boss for more points. Also, picking up, see the blue orbs at the bottom of the screen. If you pick all of those up during the level, there's 30 per level, then you get a bonus. If you get all of them, you get 3 power-ups and you get level 2. If you get less than all, then you get a power-up per 10 that you collect, I should say. Which you should see in a minute when you defeat this boss. First level was pretty straightforward, really. Not too difficult. You'll get to see the leveling up system in a second. So as I said, I like to upgrade the spray weapon as soon as possible. When you take a death, you lose 1 level of whichever weapon you have equipped at the time. So, not too bad power loss wise, but it can throw you off a bit. Each weapon doesn't have its own button, you have to cycle through them, so it's kind of helps to learn the order of the weapons when you're cycling through. Or you can just panic like I do and keep hitting the button until you find the one you want. Too difficult at this stage of the game. You do get extends at every maybe not every, but at certain point thresholds, but I do not know what they are. Looks like I've got one already. These shields that you have can take a certain number of hits before they are destroyed, but you can always get another shield power up to reinstate them. The U there is the shield power. And there was, I think I lost a blue orb there. There's me panicking. Quite a lot going on in this part. Usually I can get all of the orbs for the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 stages at least, but I guess I wasn't doing too well here, scoring wise at least. This was more of a focused survival run. Normally I would just play a single run and then put the game down for the day, but prior to this I had just had an awful run and was a bit annoyed, and so just thought, oh, I'll just do one more, maybe I'll do better, and I did do better. I've missed one of those blue orbs, so I've only got 29 there, so I won't get my 3 power-ups, unfortunately. Those pink lasers are the main thing you have to worry about with this boss, because they can be difficult to see coming. I find it difficult to spot them sometimes anyway. Where those green orbs appear is just random. They don't pose too much of a threat. As you might have seen, I tried to take out all the blue containers above and below you at the start of that fight as quick as possible, because they keep firing at you, which is the trickiest part of that battle. The game does a good job of having each level be a bit more difficult than the previous one. Good ramp up. Although the start is a bit too easy. The game is maybe a little bit longer than I would have liked, but that's what it is. Using the green shot for this part is very helpful to take out those asteroids everywhere. Watch out. The nice thing is you can see the enemies in the background often to telegraph where they're going to be coming from. So if there's several enemies going to be coming from behind, you can usually see them travel behind you in the background and then come out. Now miss some orb again. Watch out for those. See those enemies coming from behind there? Yes. So you've got to helps to pay attention to the background too. But sometimes there's so much stuff going on that it's not easy. The nice thing about these green lasers is you also fire the homing bomb things, so they can be helpful for clearing out enemies as they come on screen. It's a bit dicey. you have to watch out for those falling asteroids. They can hit you, kill you, and also the explosion from when they hit the ground can kill you. So to stay high on the screen to avoid them. These guys are annoying with those thin bullets. You can see these popcorn rush enemies coming in the background before they all appear too, to give you a cue to switch to your spread weapon. This boss, I think, is where the game starts getting a bit more difficult. This boss is a bit of a tank, so it's an endurance fight, really. I tend to use the forward shot to try and deal the most damage, and then switch as necessary. You can shoot those bombs to avoid them exploding. That was close. Just got hit. And you need to use the back shot here, obviously. That bomb from the back shot, or its special weapon, whatever you want to call it, is quite powerful, I think. So it does a good amount of damage when you're behind the enemy. Who needs to dodge when you can just cancel their bullets? This was just me experimenting with the green shot. I usually use the reverse shot instead, but I thought I'd give it a go and see what happens. And it's over. Not sure why I thought I would level up the back shot there, but I was in an experimental mode. This level's quite interesting as it's a bit different to the others. There's an underwater section coming up, and I feel like the boss is one of the first walls in the game. This is a preview of the boss here. Not sure if shooting this actually does anything, but can't hurt. It's easy to get overwhelmed in this underwater section, cave section coming up. So the trick is to not be shy about using your special weapon. Just trying to be smart about weapon switching here is the tricky part. The nice thing about that spread shot is it fires through walls there. And we missed another wall. Might miss multiple in this level. It's not always easy to get all of them. Yeah, I just missed another one from those small guys there, I believe. Sometimes you kill enemies and things off the screen or through the terrain and you can't pick them up. Like that one there, it's not used again. Until now at least. Using a bomb at this part here makes it a lot easier. There's a lot going on. Trying to sort out your power-ups, get the correct power-up that you want. And then this rush of enemies, almost got hit straight to a bullet there I saw. And the green shot to take care of these enemies from behind as well as the front. And here's the boss. This is another endurance fight. In fact, I think pretty much all of the bosses from here on out are quite long. It takes a while to kill them. Handy that it stopped the shot pattern, but also lost a lot of damage there. So we just try and get the fight over sooner rather than later. Now that attack is one of the more nasty ones because that tail can either fire upwards or downwards. I'm not sure exactly. It might be whereabouts you are on the screen that triggers it. But you can get trapped at the bottom of the screen or at the top, depending on which way you go. There's another attack where he uses his tail and you have to be at the top left of the screen to avoid it. I killed him quick enough to avoid seeing it that time. Because I'm doing pretty well, I haven't died yet, I haven't lost any power-ups, so almost fully powered up now. That was some odd dodging, but lost an orb already. Yeah, I'm stuck without my spread shot for this Zyko rush, which wasn't ideal. And I think I'm fully powered up now, so I don't have to think too much about which power up I'm picking up. Gotta watch out for enemies coming from behind in this level. Some of the power-ups cycle through different, like the shot and the missiles and shield, but some of them just seem to stay as they are. I'm not sure what dictates that. Running without shields here, so that's not ideal. I'm sure one will turn up at some point. I see how that power-up has a casing on it. That means it's going to change, whereas if they don't get that outer casing, then they just stay as they are. That was close. Now these tunnels obviously don't change each time, so it's, once you sort of know where to go, you don't need to worry too much about paying attention to that map. But it's always nice to have a helpful reminder. These guys are really annoying. think the enemies coming from behind is the worst part about this level. Kind of throws you off your game. You can easily get flustered trying to switch to the correct weapons at the correct time. Just a lot of orbs in this level apparently. I've probably never made it this far without dying in the past, so I'm still happy. This is a real endurance fight, this one. So I'm not trying to kill the cannon there for extra points or anything, just because killing it makes the bullets it fires smaller, so a bit easier to deal with. I haven't practiced this boss as much as most of the others, so I was kind of just trying to outlast him and play it safe. So just form those yellow bullets. They're like affected by gravity, I suppose. Very, very annoying. I'm not sure the best way to deal with them. So I was lucky there, but I tend to just use the bomb to avoid them. Watch out for those mine things as well, because the explosion can reach us most of the way up the screen. Thankfully I've got a shield here, or else I think I probably would have lost a life or two. So I think you can put a point into your shield there to refresh it up to full health, but I didn't bother. Me switching to the wrong weapons, trying to figure out where the spread was. This level is quite a long one. It's not too difficult, but it's just you've got to endure through it. Not too difficult to get all the orbs in this stage as well, which is nice. I think it's the first time I've done it since the first level. Now we get a boss rush. These bosses are too difficult. Just use the bomb whenever you feel unsafe. Now, these ones can be a bit tricky. I find it easier to take out the one behind you at first. The bullets it shoots are destroyable, which is helpful. Another extra life. Now for this boss I try and take out the two cannons there above and below the main bit. It helps for survivability. It might be faster just to take out the middle. Careful because those explosions are larger than they feel larger than they appear. Now we get the real level boss. It's another one I haven't practiced that much, but enough to, I think my strategy here was just try and use my bomb as much as possible to try and defeat it as fast as possible. It still takes a lot of time though. Use the pink lasers again, but faster versions. Can shoot that bottom part there as well, but I've just decided to ignore it. Apart from now, I suppose. This was risky because you get trapped up there with those orange bullets coming out. Hard to avoid your shields taking a bunch of hits there if you do that. Using the spread shot to take care of those small enemies. This part's a bit scary. As I said, it's just endurance. Nothing too difficult. Now, going into the last level with 6 lives. Certainly nothing that's ever happened to me before. So I was feeling pretty good. Surely I can't muck it up from here, right? These guys from behind around my bang. That was very risky. be a good place to use a bomb. So I haven't practiced this level a lot, as you can probably tell. Should be using our resources better, I think. That was a waste, but felt like I was getting crowded. I really needed it for this section here. I guess I didn't really need it. Would have been helpful. There's enemies coming from behind. Felt like I was pretty lucky to get through that section. Feeling threatened, don't be afraid to use the bomb. Just to clear out some guys. That was close, almost crashed into the ceiling, I should say. Now I was marvelling that I managed to make it through that without taking a death as well. Now, didn't really know what I should be doing here. Thought maybe it's smart to take out the top and the bottom thing first. I don't know if you have to take out all three of them or just the center one. Finally realised I'd already destroyed this one. Didn't notice immediately. Go. Stage clear, or is it? So I think from here on out I'd practice this part only once, so I didn't really know what I was doing. But I did know that I did not like these doors. Panicked a bit there. Still holding it together for now. Here's my worst enemy. Finally took a death. Now we see the true final boss. I had very little practice, and so I didn't really know what I was doing. I just tried to keep moving and hoped that shots would take out the various parts. I really should have been using my bomb more often here. It's pretty hard to pay attention to all the various little hatches and things that are opening at the top and the bottom of the screen when all this other stuff's going on. And so I just ran into one that had just opened down there. But I should definitely be using the special weapon more often to try and clear those out, and playing it will make it more safe as well. There we go. 5 lives remaining. But here's the true last boss. So this was just pure panic. Surely I can't lose all my lives on this boss, right? Now I'm just determined to continue using my bombs as much as possible. Oops. That didn't feel good. I say I was trying to use my bombs as much as possible, but I probably wasn't really. I was probably keeping them for safety, but oh no, I did use them. Oh, apparently those bullets shoot bullets. These little satellite things that keep orbiting you are extremely annoying. Very distracting. That was close. Oh, one more life down. If the other bosses are endurance fights, then this is something else. Done it? No, it's still alive. Oh no. Down to my last life. Have I done it? Oh yes. Just managed to pull through. Now I checked, and this was 17 hours of playtime on Steam. Took me to clear this game. It felt like a lot more. But I enjoyed it. I think I preferred Infinos Gaiden to this one, just because the music, I mean the music in this game is excellent, but that game has a really epic soundtrack. The gameplay in this one a bit more fun though, I think. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.